I suspect that the Batusai is contemplating going through this checkpoint and declining to open his window or give identification. I'm not suggesting that he should or shouldn't do that. And the reality is, you know, being reasonable. He doesn't live in this state. You know, police are likely to kill you or arrest you if you ever refuse to do what they want you to do. So, you know, like Philip explained to me on the drive over here, he keeps the end game in mind. You know, if he's recording the police or interacting, you got to keep the end game in mind.
Watch him just like wave a car past you, like.
Don't see Daniel.
He's somewhere. Oh yeah, I don't see him either. Whoops.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Do you have your driver's license?
Yeah, sure do.
What's he doing? Oh, okay.
I'll just give it to you. That's fine.
There you go. Drive safe.
How you
Good
doing?
evening. How you doing?
Good.
We're conducting a driver license check and DUI check. Awesome.
There you go.
I just gotta feel the top real quick.
I'm sorry?
I just have to feel the top real quick.
No thanks. Last time I did it, the lady snatched the license out of my hand and I didn't appreciate that.
From you, just show it to me. I'll grab it, feel what I need to feel, and we'll be good to go.
It's fine. I'd just rather keep it right there, sir.
I have to feel it, sir.
I'd rather keep it right there.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and do me a favor. Pull over to the right. We just gotta go through a few things real quick, okay?
Pull to the right where?
Just right here after the stop sign, make a right-hand turn, okay?
All right.
Start. Shut the engine off and put the keys on the dash. Okay. So the second one, 12951B, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read that for you. Like I said, I just got to examine it real quick, make sure it's a good license, make sure everything's good to go, and that way I can give it right back to you and send you on your way, sir.
Yeah, it says I only have to show it for examination. So pretty much I'm just exhibiting my license to you, correct?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, but it has a couple of locations where I just have to feel to make sure it's signed and proper by the DMV. Unfortunately, there is some locations that make fake driver's licenses. I'm not saying you have one, but again, we just have to go through the process to make sure everything's good, current, valid, and then we just send you on your way.
Well, it's current and valid.
Okay. Oops.
So, let me grab that real quick.
Again, I just got to touch and feel it for the second section that you have on it, sir.
Let me reach down here and grab it. Oh. Mind if I open the car door so I can get it?
Sure. Yeah, sure. No problem. Follow under your seat.
Yep.
Yep. Awesome.
I'm just leave it right here.
Okay. So again, let's see, if I just check it real quick, I can send you on your way as soon as we're done, sir.
I understand, but you know, I had came by here last time and she just snatched out of my hand, and I didn't appreciate that.
Again,
So
like I said, I'm not gonna snatch it out of your hand.
I just want to finish what I was just saying.
Okay.
I just didn't appreciate that she snatched it out of my hand. So I rather just exhibit like the state law says.
Okay.
So the law is pretty similar to what we have in
Once
Texas.
again, I can't clear my driver with a Texas driver's license. Master Turner, Tom, Union, Robert, or Edward, Robert. First of Philip, Paul, Henry, Ida, Lincoln, Lincoln, Ida, Paul, middle, Andrew. Driver's license number 2784290.
White Honda SUV. Sergeant Segura, you have a guy coming to pick up that car. He's in this back.
Can I hold on to this?
Kenny,
What's that?
can you keep that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's very similar to the law that we have in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So just be careful you don't roll your window down because that'll fall. It's right on the
Yeah.
case too.
I'm gonna be careful.
Okay.
You guys keeping busy tonight?
Trying to, but we're trying to make sure we get everybody nice, quick, and educated in regard to everything around here.
Gotcha.
How long you been down here?
I'd rather not answer any questions. I have another ID here as well, so I guess it could validate here as well. Here's another one in case
Oh, so
you might need that too as well.
do you have one now?
Of course not.
Okay.
You guys don't recognize Texas anyway.
Yeah.
White Ford van. SUV. So what
Any luck on the license?
I'm still working on it. Can you just confirm his COB?
11, 18, and 89.
And we're still working on it.
Thank you.
The black Mazda.
I mean, I had no problem handing it to you guys. It's just that I just didn't appreciate how she snatched out of my hand, you know?
Again, as I said, sorry that happened to you. It's
Mhm.
not me. I'm not like that. I'd rather just help you out, get you going, feel what I have to feel. You're good to go. I would send you on your way.
I appreciate
And
it.
again, there's no disrespect from me. I hope you're not feeling disrespected.
No, you're
I
doing
just
fine.
Completely, again, I have to do my job, and I got to go through the processes. And it's great that you're looking and researching all that stuff up. And again, that's why I give you that. That way you can also read what we have to go through, the basic understandings and all the case laws and all that stuff. That's on there. That way you can see, hey, good to go. He's just doing his job. Whatever it may be. Okay?
And what's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Officer Medina, 209.
Thank you. And your name and badge number? Is he the sergeant?
Dude, I can't hear you.
Okay. Actually, it was her. She was the one that snatched it out of my hands.
Oh.
Yeah, her.
Again, sorry that happened to you.
Nah, I understood. I only been down here for 2 days.
Watch your back.
Over Kia.
Go ahead.
He's 961. He should be valid. It says restriction with corrective lenses.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Hopefully we didn't waste your time too long. Again, we could just gotta do what we gotta do, okay?
I
Do me a
appreciate
favor, drive safe, be careful, and you have a good evening, okay?
All right, you have a good one.
So, right where that truck is,
Uh-huh.
there's a little bit of a gap. You can go down there, make a left, go up the street, and if you get back on there, it kind of brings you around in a U right to the street, and you can make a right turn, okay?
All right, cool.
You have a good night.
You
Take
too.
care. Don't forget, don't roll down your window. I don't want it to fall.
So that was take 2 of the checkpoint. The first time I went through the checkpoint, I wanted to kind of do it in a way to where I complied the most. And as you saw, the officer just like snatched it out of my hands, and I didn't appreciate that. So I did a second take of me just putting it up against the window and pretty much complying with the state law, which is very similar to the one that we have in Texas, stating that you really only have to exhibit and you don't have to show, you don't have to hand in a license, you just have to exhibit. Now when you go to an exhibit, such as museums and things of that nature, you look at the things behind the glass, you don't put your hands on it, you don't touch it, you don't feel it. Only because you run the risk of it being broken or stolen. In this case, you give your license to an officer, they have your property at that moment, and you may want to leave and you can't because they have your property. So it's always a good way to put your license against the window and crack it just a little bit so where you can hear them enough. And the other officer tried to play the game of, oh, I can't hear you. I'm not going to play that game with the officer. If you can't hear me, then that's too bad. We don't need to discuss anything. I don't have to answer your questions anymore anyway. But as you saw, for the first time, they snatched the lights out of my hand. Didn't appreciate it. Very disrespectful. And the second time, kind of felt like that's what I should have did. But first time, wanted to see how it is if you just comply. Second time, you know, you stick to your guns, you follow the law. All right, that concludes the checkpoint.